guys, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this lovely granny square top. It is quite simple. You can make it with any granny square, but I like this daisy one. By the way, the daisies look like this if you haven't seen the thumbnail properly. I have a tutorial for these on my channel. Here it is. It does involve a magic ring, so if you need help with that, I've also got a tutorial for that. So it's nice, easy, special. Yay! For the top, I've already got all of them crocheted. For me, I have 12 like to go around my body, and then I'm gonna have it 4 granny squares like long. As you can see on the video, it's 12 and 4. So I've already got my 12 prepared here, and I'm just going to show you how to sew them together. So I always take 2 like this. I use a needle. If you want to use the stitching together method, you can go to my tote bag video, which is also up here, because I use that to make a tote bag. So if you want that, it looks like this. It's got these lines there. So if you like those, you can make that on this top as well, but I'm not going to be doing that now. I'm just going to be sewing it together with a normal needle. I always get 3 times longer than I need. So 1, 2, 3, cut it off here, get it on the needle. Now, if you've done these granny squares, they've got chain 2 here. So you're going to go into that second chain, do the same here, and only go through half of it, like that. So you still leave that line there to separate the granny squares. So then you're gonna go, I've already gone into this one, so I'm gonna go into that one like that, and then into the next one on the other side, like that. Just pull through. Be careful because this is not tied in. We'll tie that in later. So just be careful to not pull it too much. But if you want, you can tie that in before you continue. So you're just going to be repeating that, going through half of it, and then going straight to the other half, and pulling through. So half, and from the bottom straight through, just like that. That's simple, that easy, and that beautiful. And you can see that it leaves like 2 lines here to separate the granny squares. If you did it right, you should end up with the same stitch on either side, so it should be even. And when you've finished the last one, you're gonna go in those 2 again. You're gonna go through, not fully pull through, so the loop stays there, and you're gonna go through that loop, make the knot nice and tight. Now it's secured, just pull on this so it's nice and straight, and pull the needle off. And there you go, you've got 2 connected. Make sure they're both on the right side, by the way. It has happened to me many times before, and yes, I did have to redo it. So now I'm just gonna take the next one, gonna get some more yarn. Now, because I've got 3 here, I just get the length of 3. Just like that. Snip it, get the yarn on it, and just repeat the whole thing. So, go into the second loop. Go into the second stitch, yes. Not fully pull through, leave that in there, and then just continue up the whole thing. So just sew it all together like that until you have a row of granny squares that wrap around your body the right way, just like is shown on the video. If it wraps around like that, and you're fine, and that's how it's supposed to be. In the end, you should end up with a very long stripe like this. Here is all of it, just like scrunched up together. So I've got 12 granny squares sewn together, and you're gonna make 4 of these. So come back when you've got 4 of these. So I've got all the 4 stripes all nice and finished. So now here comes the very difficult part. Just sewing them together. So you're going to be doing the same thing you did in these, except you're going to do it from one end all the way to the other, which is going to take a very long time, and then you're just going to join all of them together. So I'm going to probably take double the length of the 12 squares, just like that. Let's put these 2 away. I recommend picking the ones with the more even edges to be the top and the bottom of the top, so it's nice and even, obviously. So you're going to once again start off with that one on the other side as well. Just going to go through the whole thing. So we're just going to go through half of it again, and then through the half of the second row, and you just go through the whole thing. Make sure you don't lose these ends that you did before, so like make sure they're still there and pop them to the bad side. We'll deal with them in a minute. Now when you get to the gap, you just have to find your way around. I'm not sure. You just like have to find the nearest stitches that you can go into, but also make sure you don't like miss the gap and make a hole in each of the gaps. So I think you do have to go like into this. So go into that stitch that you sewed together. It might loosen up these, but you're just going to have to hold them so they don't loosen up. When you go past them, just grab the 2 loose ends and tie them together. When you're sure that they're nice and tight, just tie them together with a double knot to close that hole, just like that. And we've got the first granny square of the row sewed together. So you just go through the whole row like that, and then I'll show you what to do next. So it's all sewn together like that. So now you're just gonna grab the next stripe and sew it together again until you have all your stripes sewn together. So that means for me all 48 daisies are gonna be sewed together. Do however many daisies you need, however thick you need it. And if you realise that you need it to be thicker after you put it against yourself with all 4, then just make it thicker and you'll be done. When everything is sewn together, it fits like you can see on the camera, on the video. Then that is when you have a look at your edges. Do they look nice? Are they nice and straight? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So then you're fine. If you're not, just add a row of single crochets and it'll even it out. But I am going to straight on head onto the straps. If you've watched my past video of me fixing my top, you know that thin straps make me look like a bodybuilder. There's no issue with that. I'm not going for that kind of look. So I'm going to do the same sleeves I made on the past video. I did not make up this pattern. I just want to say that it was this lovely creator on screen. She's got amazing content. But to make it easier for you and not having to click back and forth from videos, I'm just gonna show you how to make it here. I just like to sew it up like into a top before I start doing all the sleeves and everything. So I'm just gonna get my yarn again, and I'm basically gonna do the same thing I've been doing for the past 2 hours. Just sew this up. Ta-da, done. So I'll see you when I'm finished with it. I've marked my sleeve where I want it, where my bra is basically. So you're gonna get this. Gonna remember the stitch where you put it. You're just gonna pull it through, get this, pull it through, like that, make a knot. So you're gonna go into that same stitch and grab the yarn to have a hook, to have a loop, and then just chain one to secure it. Now I'm gonna do single crochets, 8 single crochets this way. So you secure it. 1, 2, 3, and 8. So you'll end up basically going through the whole, almost whole granny square. So now you're going to chain 3. Flop it around. And single crochet into not the first stitch, but the second stitch. Just gonna zoom in for you. So now into the first stitch here, but into the second one here. You're going to do a double crochet. You're going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. And you're going to do all that 6 single crochets like that. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. I'm at the end. I've got 4 holes like that.
I'm so sorry, but I messed up the pattern and I accidentally made a few extra rows of the 4 holes. So just ignore that. It's supposed to look like this, and in the end it will look like that because I changed the sleeves. So just ignore those rows and continue as I say in the video, not how it looks.
So we're going to start on the increases. So chain 3, flop it around. So now you're going to double crochet into the first hole, and you're going to chain 1 and double crochet into the same hole again to get that increase. Chain 1 and then double crochet into the next. Chain 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, double crochet into that last one. Chain 1 and double crochet into that last one once more. So you increased by 2 by adding one to each side. So always at the end and beginning you're going to add 1. So chain 3, flop the project around, double crochet into the first hole, chain 1, double crochet into the first hole the second time, chain 1, double crochet into every hole except the last, and in the last hole you're going to do double crochet once, chain 1, chain 1 and double crochet into it again. So it should like start expanding like this. You're gonna do the increases until it's like right before your shoulder starts to bend. You get to this part, now you're gonna do a few rows of like not increasing. So it's gonna be like this same width until it like wraps around your shoulder and then like ends on the other side of your shoulder where it is now. So if you like get it, it like wraps around your shoulder. Let's say that your shoulder's like here, so it goes like this, and then it stops here. I'm going to show you what to do there because it's like on the same level as this is, if you get that, right? Yeah. So now you're just gonna, so you've got already chain 3, go into the first gap. Can't even do that anymore. Chain 1, go into the second, and so on without increasing anything. I've got 7 rows. Remember, it is stretchy, so if it doesn't reach there completely, then it's okay. Just add like 1 row, but like leave a little space out. You don't want it to be too loose. Now we're gonna head on to the decreasings. So you're gonna chain 3. You're gonna flop over the project, yarn over, and double crochet into the second hole, not the first one. You're gonna skip that one. Chain 1, and then double crochet into each one of the holes, but I'll tell you what to do with the end ones. Since you can't skip this one because then there'll be like a weird step, you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna skip the one before the last one. So here's the last one, you're gonna skip that one, go in there, double crochet, and you can already see it slightly decreasing. So I'm gonna chain 3, flip it over, skip the first one, go into the second, chain 1, double crochet into all of them, then you're gonna chain 1, and once again skip the one before the last one, double crochet into the last one. And you're gonna do that until you've got 4 rows again, so you're basically where you started. Just pull this, put the top on, and check if you've got it on right. So I'm just gonna quickly do that, show you how it's supposed to be. It'd be looking something like this. I'm holding it there, but like that. When you put it on, you have to mark the part where you want it to be, which I forgot to do when I had it on. So I'm just gonna quickly do that now. I want mine to be somewhere around here. So if you bend it like that, I'm gonna take this, you're gonna get your darning needle, and then you're just gonna go in there, just to put in. Now go through every stitch, just like that. So it's going to go through the stitch on the sleeve, and then through the stitch on the top. You make a knot one more time, just through the top, make a knot. And you've got one sleeve finished. So now you're going to do the same exact thing, except on the other side of your top. If it's all nice and lovely like this with the sleeves, I'm so happy. Then you're just gonna weave in the edges, not the edges, the strands. So yeah, let's just do that. And so get a thin hook, not completely thin, but like thinner than you used for the crochet. Sorry if you heard that baby crying. Anyway, what I like to do, I don't like this being here. Just pull that through. Nice. Just like that. So what I like to do is always take 2, measure if they'll like go, they will. So then you take one and you like start weaving it in alongside the stitches. So like you go underneath the stitch. It's like, here's the stitch, so you go into it, grab it, pull it. And you're gonna go into the middle with each side and go make sure that they like meet at the back. Go over here. Then do the same with the other side. And then once you get to the middle, just pull on this so it like gets nice and even, not scrunched up because of it. And then you make a double knot, not pulling too hard once again so it doesn't get scrunched up. You just do a very tight double knot, and there you go, 2 edges weaved in. done. So you're going to do that with all the edges left on your top. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is what it turned out looking like. It looks amazing. You cannot just like, oh, I really hope you can make this top for yourselves. If you want it to be slightly tighter, then just make like a corseted back. I hope to see you in future videos and past videos. And I guess, bye!